Uh, I know that if you can go, especially like here in Uganda, if you can go in every homestead, you can be able to have or to meet a chicken. You cannot go to a home and fail to get a chicken that is roaming around in that home. And that is why I want to tell you how you can make the chicken obtain for you something, or you can earn a living from that chicken. Like especially like me here, I have very few chickens, but of course I have no any other job I'm doing right now, so I'm depending thoroughly on my chickens. So, and I doesn't have a lot of chickens like the way you could expect. I have only few chickens because right now I have close to 10 mature chickens and close to 20 local chicks, very small chicks, and I'm making money. How am I able to make money? Watch this video till the end so that you see how I am able to make money, and you know how you can also be able to make your own money from local chickens. So 90% of the local chickens consumed in Kampala also, they are being produced in Gulu and Teso. And that is why that is the reason why local chickens are more expensive here in Uganda, because they are very few compared to exotic. Because every farmer that is going to rear chickens usually opt for exotic chickens, and there are very few farmers who opt for local chickens. So that's why we have a lot of gap, or that's why we get local chickens on a far more expensive price. So how are you able to do this, or how can I also engage in this market or get this market so that you are able also to earn that much as others are earning? The good thing is that you doesn't need a lot of chickens to make money, as I have told you before this. So it doesn't need a lot of chickens so that you make the vibe money. When you have 10 to 20 chickens, yes, you will not be earning a lot, but you can be able to earn a living from them. Because according to what I'm seeing right now, I have around 8 chickens, and out of 8 chickens, 5 are laying, and these chickens I'm only giving them 0.8 kgs per day, and of 0.8 kgs per day, I'm collecting 5 eggs every day, and 5 eggs, and each egg I'm selling it 500 each in Ugandan currency. So you can calculate and see how much I'm making. So, and a kilogram of feeds right now, I'm able to mix, because the thing I do, I never buy already mixed feed from the suppliers, because these people duplicate or do not give you the good or the best feeds for your chicken. So it's good and it's crucial to mix for yourself. So when I mixed my feeds, I mixed at around 1,200 in Ugandan currency, and you can be able to see that. And I'm not even reaching 1 kilogram in a day, which I'm feeding. So so you imagine if maybe I'm feeding 1 kilogram in a day. So if I'm feeding 1 kilogram in a day, that is 1,200, and I'm collecting 5 eggs a day. So 5 eggs, that is 2,000. That is 2,500. So you can subtract 1,200. That is 1,300, which I'm getting from my 8 chickens, which are in the chicken house. And I do sell the chicks. I'm selling the 1 month chicks at around 8,000 per chick. So you can also calculate. We have around close to 20 chicks in the chicken house, and we are selling them at around 8,000 per chick. So you can be able to see how much you're making. But okay, you might say that money is super race for someone to settle for, and you can never sit for that race. So you want to make more money, you want to make a lot of money from chickens still, and you still say that I doesn't have a lot of capital and I want to lay a local chickens. Here is how. To make a viable chicken, to make a viable money from local chickens, you doesn't still need a lot of chickens. You still need like 50 chickens. So when you have 50 chickens, how can you be able to earn a lot from them? First of all, 50 chickens are going to be laying around 35. It's not like broilers and saso, which in the broilers and saso you are able to collect 40 to 40 eggs in a day. So from 50 local chickens you are going to be collecting 35, as long as you're feeding them well, you have medicated them, you dewormed them, so you're going to be getting 35 eggs. So the 35 eggs you're getting, so it means that in a day, if you're getting 35 eggs, it means that you are going to be collecting for the whole month. But when you collect for the whole month, you have to hatch these chicks. And when you're going to hatch these chicks, I don't recommend you to hatch all these chicks, because when you hatch all the chicks, remember, you cannot keep an egg for the whole day, for the whole month, and then you are going to hatch it. So you collect for the 2 weeks, then the eggs you have collected for the 2 weeks, you incubate them, then you again correct for the more 2 weeks, then the ones you have collected for the next 2 weeks, you sell them. So the eggs you're selling, or the eggs you're collecting in 2 weeks, they are able to cater for your chickens for the whole month. Because when you're selling those eggs, you are able to earn around maybe close to 150 from the eggs you're collecting in 2 weeks. So if you are earning that 250, that you are going to buy the feeds that are going to push these chickens for the whole month, and then you are able to have the room, enough room for you to hatch. So your profitability, your money will be calculated on the point when you're hatching. When you're hatching, you'll be having around 500, that is 250 eggs to hatch. Then out of 250 eggs, maybe you're getting 200 chicks. 50 of the eggs are not hatching. So when you're hatching 200 chicks, local chicks, every month, and maybe every chick, if you're selling it at 2,000, you can calculate and see how much you'll be able to make. So this will make for you a really viable money, and you'll not regret having some of the chickens at your home. So most of the people ruin you and say you make huge amount of money when you're only rearing a lot of chickens, or when you're rearing exotic chickens, but that is not true. You just as long as you have your 50 chickens at your home, you can be able to earn a living, and you can be able to live well. Because let's say you're hatching the 200 chicks I have told you. So if you're selling 2,000 per chick, it means that in 200, so it means that 100 chicks you're selling them at 200,000. So it means that you're earning 400,000. And I don't think, like, if you're earning 400,000 every month, that's not viable money from 50 chickens. That's a viable money. Remember, you're not those 400,000. It's all the profits. All of the 400,000 is profit, because you're not going to deduct the money to go back and feed the chickens. You were selling the other eggs, and then you go back, you buy for the feeds for the whole month. So the 200 chicks you're hatching is a pure profit. Guys, you need to start earning like this. So this is what will be granted, and you're able to make a lot of money from this. So maybe let me say that you have decided to not sell the day-old chicks. Maybe you don't have the customers, because in some localities, in some of the areas, you will not be able to get the customers for the pure local chicks at day old stage. So you are going to brood them, and then you sell the mature chickens. In 3 months you'll be able to the cocks will be able to be sold, and at least in 3 months you'll be able to, so in 3 months they will be able to have reached the market, and you'll be able to sell this at 25,000. So if you're selling 25,000, at least let us assume that maybe out of the 200 chicks you hatched, you had around 80 or maybe 100, sometimes, because it hatches 50-50, so you have 100 cocks, and you also have 100 females. So if you were selling 100 cocks at 25, it means that in those 3 months, you are able to get 2,500,000. You see, and then if you are decided to also sell whole of the stock, and you sell even the females, and females can be able to go at 20,000. So if you're selling at 20,000, you get 2 million. It means that, so if the whole stock you have sold them at 4.5 million. So what will you do? It doesn't guarantee. If you want, you can leave the females to hatch or to lay, and at 5 months they will have started laying. So if you want to keep, you might say that now this amount of the money you are calculating, it's only for the single time, it's only for the single day. So I will get them in the 3 months. What I will assure you, what you have to do is to create a strategy. You know, here in the project or in farming, you can never make money out of the farming when you're not making the strategies. How are you able to develop a strategy? You know, so you have to maybe if you are hatching, you make it consistent. You know, you have to make it consistent, so that maybe you're hatching every month. So it means that every month you have those chickens, or you have those chickens to sell. So it means that you'll be having the 200 chickens to sell every month. You see, so here that profit will be consistent, and that is what will make what will make that a business. So it doesn't mean that you have to go hatch once, leave the chicken there, and then leave the business. You spend like the whole year or the whole like 3-4 months without hatching. You have to create a strategy if you want to make the valuable money or something from the local chickens. So, and then again, if you know that you're going to be creating a strategy and you are going to be earning a lot from these chickens, then you have to consider the vaccination of Newcastle, because these chickens are easily affected by Newcastle and they are killed by Newcastle. So you have to make sure that you don't miss Newcastle and you don't miss Mugomboro, because that's why most of the people claim that their local chickens do not grow, because they do not vaccinate against Gomboro. Because Gomboro, this is a disease that affects the chickens at 3 weeks, and you find that the chicken of the 3 months, it looks like as if it has only 1 month. So that is the Gomboro it was affected with, because the Gomboro is the one that causes the dwarfness or the stunted growth in chickens. So you have to make sure that you vaccinate against Gomboro and Newcastle. So after vaccinating against the Gomboro and Newcastle, you make sure that your chickens, you deworm them, because the moment your chickens have the worms, they are not going to weigh, and they will not be liked by the customers. Even though it may grow and become big, you find that it has no weight, because what it is consuming in the feeds, it is like eating 50%, and the worms are also eating 50%. So it will not produce, it will not grow well. So you vaccinate, you deworm the chickens, and then again, as I had told you earlier, you have to make sure that you feed or you mix your own feeds, because what I'm telling you is that when you have mixed your own feeds, you know what you're giving to your chickens. You know the amount of energy in your feed, the amount of the protein in your feed. You know where you got raw material. Even though you may not knowing the protein, the carbohydrates in the calories in the feed, you might not be knowing all that is which are in the feeds, but you now be able to know where you got the maize from. You know that whether the maize was clean, whether the maize was very good, of the good quality, or whether the maize had the molds in them. Or you also know where you source the fish. You know that whether the fish was rotten or it was of the good quality. You will know where you got soya. You will know how you decodicated or how you roasted soya. So it will be a little bit easy for you to be able to see or to understand what you're giving to your chickens. You see, so that's why I always urge you, or I always encourage you to always mix your own feeds at your farm, because that's what will make your chickens produce. Then lastly, you have to make sure that if you have decided to grow your chickens up to the point when you're going to be selling them for meat, you have to make sure that you separate cocks from the females, because these cocks have the tendency of fighting, because they are when they reach at 2 months, 3 months, they do what we call establishing of the orders in the chicken house. So this is where they fight to see what will rule the chicken house, because they also have the government in the chicken houses, so they establish what we call pecking order. So the chicken that is high in pecking order is the one that rules, and the chicken that is low in pecking order, it is the one that is inferior in the chicken house. So to prevent that, we keep the cocks separate, and we also keep the females separate, because also if they have finished establishing the pecking order, the cocks has also the tendency where they are starting to mount the chickens, and you find that they are fighting for females. So that's why you have to make sure that you separate them so that they live in harmony and they grow well. So if you're still watching this video till now and you have learned something from it, don't hesitate to click on like button, and don't hesitate to share to the people you know that it want to be helpful to them. Thank you so much. Turn on the notification bell so that you can be also getting the informative videos like this. See you soon in the next episode.